Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be automating some plant growth. Hopefully you guys are ready. Alright guys, so I'm on here with System Collapse, and I did a little bit of work off camera, just a little bit, not too much. I went ahead and moved all of my machines downstairs. I did get some recommendations, maybe I should move them downstairs. I did. It cleared everything up upstairs, looks a lot nicer. I have everything kind of compacted down here, because we do have a little bit going on. I did set this up because that's what I'm going to go over today. We're going to set up lava generation. I know that I have access to the Infernal Chalice, but we still need to be able to gain access to just infinite lava. And really, this is just going to produce a bunch of lava and store it in containers for us. And so if anybody needs to tap into their lava, they will have access to it down here. I do see somebody worked on immersive engineering. I'm going to guess Ector, since he's been working towards immersive engineering. I haven't really caught up much on that. But what I've been doing, I set up a enchantment table system down here. I got a nice enchantment table going on. The reason is because we got the enchanter from Industrial Foregoing going on. I think Jancy set this up. And then we have the enhancement applicator. I'm guessing that's what it's called. Or enchantment applicator, yeah. It runs off of fluid essence. We do have a mob crusher in there that is gaining fluid essence and all that great stuff and storing it for us. But what this can do is rip enchantments off of your items. So right here I have multi-shot and holding that I just got from this right here, and I have a couple of other things that I just got off of it as well. So I'm enchanting it, pulling off the enchantments just like so. It's going to rip one of the enchantments off, so I have the multi-shot right here, which is exactly what I want. That's that's going to be awesome. And then I just put it back in here and rip off the other one. So I got another holding. Got a bunch of holding. And we can use those on other things like capacitors and stuff like that later on. I think I can even enchant this guy. I think it can use holding, right? Enchants? Yes, it can gain holding. So I'll definitely put holding on this guy. And to do that, all we got to do is throw this in here like this. And put the enchantment that we want here. And it's going to enchant it. So now this has holding, and originally it holds 1 million RF. Now look at what it holds. It stores 3 million RF with that one enchant on there. So that just beefed that thing up ridiculously. So now that we have all this stuff, this is going to be ridiculous. This is going to give us some insanely overpowered items right here. But what I want to get is multi-shot, possibly on this guy. So I've been trying to rip the enchants off. And hoping that I would actually get some really nice enchants. Now I'm getting tons of holding. That is something that I have noticed. I did get power and I got punch 2. I think I could get punch 3. That would be really nice. I got multi-shot there and holding. Bunch of holdings. And having holdings on these things is going to help. So we will put holding on them for sure. But like I said, I'm trying to just gain a little bit of levels here. Bam. This is super easy to do. And just pop this in. And bam, see what we get. So we got multi-shot, we got another multi-shot, so now I can put multi-shot on both of these. Because this does allow for multi-shot. I don't know what exactly it does, but you can get multi-shot on this quiver, and I'm guessing that does the multi-shot for the explosions, which would be insane. Yeah, that would be insane, because it does destroy pretty much everything. So what I'm going to do, rip that off of here, because what do we have on here already? We have just multi-shot. So I'm going to rip the multi-shot off there. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and start making some stuff. So, actually, let's see if I can't get punch on there. I want to get a better punch. If I can't get a better punch, then I won't be able to max it out. I'm going to try and max enchant this bad boy. Let's see. Can we get a better... We got power. Okay. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think that's going to be good enough. So we have the power on here. Let's go ahead and put multi-shot on here. So now we have multi-shot. We can pop punch 2 on there. And let's put holding. Because we have power. Yeah, power 4. Bam. This is a OP bow. And now we need to get multi-shot on here and holding on there as well. So we got the holding, and we can max this guy out. So the only 2 enchants it can have is multi-shot and holding. There we go. Perfect. All right, so when it comes to getting this guy right here set up, we are going to need some kind of pipes. So we're going to use item pipes, and we're also going to try and make fluid pipes, and all of that through thermal expansion. So I've been working towards getting some hardened glass because we're going to need this to move hot fluids such as lava, and that's going to be one of the biggest issues. I was trying to sort through some of my stuff, getting like the dust type materials up here and getting the solids down here, just so we have access to some materials here. One of the things I'm going to need to be pretty fast is the cobblestone generator. I'm going to need it to be able to pump stuff in relatively quickly. So what I'm thinking is maybe upgrading this thing. I think I can upgrade this with diamonds. Yes, I can upgrade it. So I'm sure we have diamonds. We have tons of diamonds. That's not even an issue here. So let's go ahead and get some of those. Bam, just like that. And we can go ahead and craft this thing. And I think we have emeralds as well, so we can even get the emerald one. So let's just go ahead and completely upgrade this thing all the way. Right? Oh, what's the next step on this? Oh, blaze rods. Well, that's even easier. So let's just go ahead and throw some blaze rods around it. And then I think the last one is emeralds. Yes. So we have the highest tier, right here, tier 5. And like I said, I'm going to place it right here. Oh, do I need to be level 36 to place this? Oh, wow. So level 36. I think I could easily get that in like no time at all with this right here. So what I need is my gathering to be level 36. For some reason I'm not gaining levels. There it goes. So this needs to be level 36. And we're at 33 right now. 34. This just shows you how crazy fast this actually is. And we need one more level. Bam. Okay, so we are at skilled in our leveling. So we should now be able to place this, no problem. This is pretty cool. Alright. Placed, and we're looking good. So this generates it generates cobblestone at the fastest rate possible. Awesome. So now all we need to do is make some ducts. So, back to thermal expansion. We're going to need item ducts. And I was looking at the item ducts, and I was figuring, should I go with opaque or should I go with the translucent ones? I think I'm going to go with the translucent ones. So, we find our item ducts right here. We'll see, as you can see, we have the opaque ones. And we have impulse. Then we have signalium plated item ducts, which we could do, but we have to make the regular item ducts first. And item ducts are not hard to make at all. These are fairly simple for regular item ducts. We just need tin. So let's go ahead and grab some of our tin. Bam, just like that. All right. So let's go ahead and make a few item ducts. And I can actually I can count out how many I'm going to need, because I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to need 13 item ducts. So that should not be very many. I'm going to need this many. I'm going to need 18, since that's as many as we can get. But when it comes to the signalium, which I don't even know if we need. I think, if I remember correctly, these have a certain transfer rate, but I don't remember what it is. I know that the servos also help with the transfer rate. And the hardened servos, the extraction rate is 2 seconds max, stack size 16 at a time, and you have a blacklist. So I think we're probably going to go with the hardened servos. There's no reason for me to go up to the go up here. This will do 32. I'm not sure. Extraction rate's 100%. Actually, we may do this servo, because it's not that hard either. We already have the hardened servo. We need a regular servo. Alright, so let's get that. So we'll get a regular servo, and I'll take 1 piece of electrum and combine it with that. And that's easy enough. So there's that. So this does fluids and solids. We're going to do solids. So let's try this out. So we're going to place this here. And we're going to run this across each one of these. And I think I'm going to go forward with it. There's no reason why not to. So we're going to have them come forward. There we go. And I should be able to put this on here. Turn it on. And it should start pumping cobblestone out as fast as it can. Yes, and once these all fill up, we should be good. It's only going to pull out as much as it can. So it knows the inventories of these systems. And that's flowing pretty smooth, actually. Yeah, that's done. It's ready to go. So it's already producing lava. Each one of these is producing lava. Now we need to get... we're going to need a bunch of servos. And I don't think we're going to need high-powered servos to pull these liquids out. I don't think this is going to be strong enough. So what we can get is a drum. I think a drum is going to be pretty easy to get. We may have one. We do. We have one just laying around. So there's a drum. And I think what I'm going to do is have the drum set in here, set in right in the middle, I think. So that way we can have all the servos pulling out of each one of these. Okay, so let's get some fluid ducts and see what we actually need for those. Alright, so fluid ducts. We're going to need hardened fluid ducts. If I can find them. There we are. So there's the hardened fluid ducts. So these are Invar with hardened glass. And I think we have a little bit of Invar. Yes, we do. There we go. So we can just put this together. So that should work there. And when it comes to the regular servos, we're going to need... So I have 7 of them. I'm going to need at least 7. So I know I'm going to need 7 of them. Let's do that. We're going to need iron nuggets. There we go. Perfect. So that'll be 7 of them for right now. And we'll pump these. This is the hardened fluid ducts. Just like we did the top row. And then I'll have to put these on there, on each one of these. Only one of these sides is going to get that. Kind of weird looking, but then we got to turn all of them on. And we have to make sure these are all set to ignored, otherwise they won't work. Okay, so I kind of messed up, and instead of putting the all the servos on there, how about we do the extractors? So let's take a look back at a thermal expansion, and they have the retrievers, not extractors. The retrievers. Instead of doing servos which push, we can get retrievers which will pull, and that should be the same as what we had set up, but we can use 2 retrievers instead of 7 servos, and we can save servos for other things. So let's see. We have this one right here, and then this one. Let's see. We have these are filters. So here's the retriever, and then we have a retriever here and a hardened retriever. I think we're going to go with just the regular retriever. I think. Fluid extraction rate 50%. This one is 75%. We may go with Invar. I don't know why we wouldn't. So that's one of them. We actually need 2. I think Eyes of Ender is all we're missing, which that should take no time at all to get. And we'll get another one. So there we go. So now we have 2 hardened retrievers, and I can just put the retrievers right here and right here and turn them on. And that pretty much does the exact same thing we had set up, except for Now all I have is this retriever here and this retriever here. And the pull rate is so much faster, we may not even see lava build up inside here. That's how fast the pull rate's going to be with just the hardened retrievers, because not much lava goes into these. I am noticing this is not being pulled out of this one. Why? I have no idea. All the other ones are getting pulled from. It could be because of the retrievers right here. How to fix that? I think I have an idea on how to fix this. What we can do, just get rid of the retrievers in general right there. And put these here. And just move this over here. And we get our fluid. What is this? The hardened flux. Yeah, hardened ducts right here. And we'll just take them and we'll just extend it over here. And as such, now we can just use one. And that should pull from everything. Yes, that's pulling from everything. And it's going right into that iron drum. Perfect. Sweet. So now we have all that good stuff. By the way, System Collapse, he made me a storage module tablet, which is pretty much a wireless tablet to be able to access our grid in here, which is super nice. This is really good. So I can't thank him enough for that. I wonder how expensive this thing is. It's probably not that. I'm assuming it's not that expensive. Yeah, it just requires a bunch of expensive materials, but yeah, it's not too bad. So he had to gather a bunch of redstone and stuff like that, which is kind of a pain. Sweet. So now we can move on to what I had planned next, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so I'm working on a setup that's going to get the, I guess that's photogenic, photogenic insulator. I'm trying to get that semi-automated so we can get like the Phytogrow and all that stuff going. And this guy lets you reproduce plants. It's pretty much like a crop, but it happens pretty fast. It does require water, but we have infinite water. I'm not worried about that. And it does require some power and stuff like that. But it also requires this Phytogrow. And that stuff comes from slag. So we get slag, and we can get that from immersive engineering, or we can get that from thermal foundation. We can get that from pretty much anything. There is some things that I think give you close to 100%. I see 75% and things like that. So some 75%, as long as you're using some kind of slag. But you can also use the slag from immersive engineering, which is easy to get. So there we go. We actually have a use for it. And we have niter that we can use as well. We can use sawdust, and sawdust eliminates the charcoal. So we might go with this way because we can get our hands on some sawdust, and that's what we're going to do here in a minute. So I did make a sawmill, and that is something I've been working on. Also, I have some pulverized tin. We're going to get ourselves a bucket. I'm pretty sure I have some iron plates now. We're going to throw this in here. We're going to get ourselves a bucket. You can double click on this recipe now, and I can automatically make myself a bucket, which is so convenient. And I should be able to get this thing going. Now, this requires a luminous gear. And this is what we need to make. We need to make some luminous blend, which requires 3 tin and 1 silver and energized redstone. So 3 tin and 1 silver. If we get some silver in here, I'm pretty sure I have some. There we go. Alright, that's not silver, it's tin. Here's our silver. And 1 bucket of this glorious stuff. So let's throw that in there. We have some energized redstone. We get this lovely thing. And we can go ahead and craft this, and this will give us 4 luminous blend. And of course, like before, we can throw this in here. And we should be able to get that. And we should have an ingot cast in here. Yes, perfect. Now this is set to on, which I don't want it to be automatically on. Well, I guess we can leave it on. That way it'll automatically spit it out of there without us needing to be over here for it. And as you can see, we got our signalium and all that good stuff over here as well. I should probably throw that in the chest with all the other stuff. There we go. We do have a ghast nearby. I don't know what the deal is with the ghast, but man, is he super annoying. Alright, so we now have our aluminum ingots. I did get a reward for that. Let's take a look here. So bam, I did get a chest. What do we get in this one? Ah, we got those health boxes. They're kind of just trash. Kind of just gotta throw them away. There's really no use for them right now. I don't really know what they're good for. Maybe if you were in hardcore, maybe that would be the use for them. But there's our gear. So we should be able to make this guy. All we need is some dirt. 2 pieces of dirt, right? And 2 copper gears and a redstone reception coil. That should be easy enough to make. Copper. We only have 1 gear. Fixing to have more than that. There we go. And then we'll get our last gear. And we should be ready to make this thing. Okay, so there's going to be a few ways to set this up. Now, I did make a sawmill. That is something that I also went ahead and made. Also claim this chest. And we get 4 drawers. That's not bad. Get some drawers. There we go. So I went ahead and made a sawmill and also made the augment that gives it so that way you can pull resin from it. And we have some item ducts. So I think we're going to make good use of our item ducts. And we're going to use that here in just a second. So these item ducts have a filter on them. So if we come over here, right now for some reason my jetpack sounds have been disabled. But we can probably tap into this system here and pull out of this chest right here and set up these machines. So what I'm thinking is have this pull out and we'll have it run along. Let me get these pulled over here. And have it come down, and we'll put a sawmill right here. Okay, and we also will have this guy nearby. I don't exactly know where to put it quite yet, but I do know that we are going to need to feed it water. So I will put some water up next to it. And I'm not too concerned about that. I do have a wrench on me. And this wrench also works as a smart wrench, actually, from this mod. I don't know why. RF Tools. I don't know why I kind of blinked there. But yeah, this should work like so. What I need to do is I need to get a hardened... Let's see. I don't know if I have one on me. I don't. So let's get a kit. And do I have enough for this? Yes, I do. So I can at least get a hardened upgrade on this thing. So that way I can put the augment in there. And this augment's going to open up another tab, and it's going to give us this slot here. So that's going to give us resin. And we're going to need resin. So if we take a look at the Phytogrow. The reason I want resin is because I want to be able to get this made. So this is the main thing, is to get the regular Phytogrow done. But to get rich Phytogrow, I can put it into a fluid transposer and be able to upgrade it with some sap. So we are going to need to make another fluid transposer. And I'll get all of that stuff that I'm going to need made, and I'll be back. Alright, so I went ahead and got this fluid transposer done. And I went ahead and added this in the back, the trash can. We're going to need to get this set up. So I need to remember which side's the back. Don't remember. I think it's this side. Is this still in the back? No. Which one's the back? Can I do this? Now, which side is that? I don't even know. I have to remove this to be able to see it. Oh, I'm rotating the entire machine. I don't want to do that. So we have a blue back there, now that I can see it. So I'm assuming that this side right here is the one that is... Yeah, that one. Okay, so that is the back. I always forget with these diagrams. It's so weird sometimes. So I want this to be the item slot, and the yellow seems to be outputting the 2 different materials. It's going to output sawdust as well, and I don't want it to do that. I actually want the sawdust to be filtered, and we can possibly have it going out the back as well. Can we do a setup where... Okay, so I've seen the orange and blue, so yeah, I see it here. So this one can pull out both. So we're going to run that in the back. And for right now, we can have it just removing the sawdust, because we really don't need it right now. We can easily use it later, but I can pulverize a bunch of coal, and that is not an issue at all whatsoever. And I think we have some slag. I hope nobody was throwing it away. Of course, it all gets thrown away. So, what I'm going to do is grab some iron and hope that there's coal coke. Knowing my luck, there won't be. But I'm surprised he hasn't upgraded this machine yet. We do need coal coke. Is there coal coke? Yes. So let's go ahead and grab this. It's going to burn a lot longer if we have it in block form. And we're going to need to get ourselves some slag. We have to have slag. That's going to be the only way we can use this thing. So I'm going to have to wait for a little bit of slag, but until then, let's get our filters set up. So I need to grab at least one piece of wood. And I know wood is going to go in here, so let me go ahead and throw it in here as well. And then we're also going to need to get some wireless power. So let's go ahead and see those things. We're going to need some of these transmitters. We may have some. No, I don't think we do. So, or what are we out of? Nothing? Okay, so we have some stuff. So what we can do is we can pop down here and we can throw a transmitter on the bottom. And I think this will actually power all of these machines, right? Yes. It'll power all of them within range. I can throw this over here. So right now, that's sawed up a few things. It shouldn't have pushed anything really anywhere. It shouldn't have pushed... Okay, it's set to automatically push. Let's turn that off. I don't want that doing that. And it's automatically pushed the sap over here. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess it is automatically set up then if we have it set like this. Auto output enabled. So then all we really need to do is have a servo on here with a filter of wood. And set the filter. And turn it on. Right? Because then it's... And then we set this to... auto input. And make sure it's inputting from the top like it is. And this should... Oh, it can only pull from the sides, I think. I wish I would have known that. Okay. Set that to whitelist mode, actually. There we go, that's the problem. You need to be set to whitelist. And I don't even think the auto input needs to be turned on. Because I'm not auto inputting. There we go. So now it's doing its thing. Honestly, I might want to put a whitelist on the back here. That's what I want to do. I want to put a whitelist or blacklist sawdust. And turn this off for now. Because I need some sawdust. We're going to blacklist sawdust and see if that changes anything. Does that keep the sawdust in there? Yes, it does. Perfect. That's exactly what I want it to do. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is down below, get rid of this, and we're going to put it somewhere else. That can reach, should be able to reach. Yeah, it can reach. Okay, so we got that part done, and we are getting some sap here. So now we need to make some phyto grow and also get some water moved over here. So what we can do here is just get water going. So this is going to fill up with water. Should. Right? And we have to set it through the back, though. We have to make sure that the back is configured properly. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we need that. I don't know what the water is. I guess it's blue. I guess the water is considered the blue port. And here's where our phyto fertilizer slot would actually go. If we had it automated, and I'm glad you can lock it so it stays there. And we can put our plants here. Okay, sweet. So let's go make some of that phyto grow and see if we can't get this started and automated. Alright, so I kind of set up a little bit. I set up a mechanical crafter here. I did run a line down below, and now this is pumping sawdust into here. And I'm going to have to manually put slag and niter in it as I get this. Now, you get this from breaking down sandstone in a pulverizer, and you get this as an after effect. You get a 40% chance. So, we should be able to make this now. All I have to do is set the crafting recipe here. And this should produce it. So, there's 4 of them. It's going to start producing this stuff as we see it here. Unfortunately, we can't lock the slot, so I can't lock a certain amount of sawdust and a certain amount of niter. So this might overflow with sawdust, and I have to go fix that. So that's why I said it's semi-automated for right now, but it is going to be really helpful here shortly. So let's go here and make sure this is turned off. I don't want anything going in there yet that doesn't need to go in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring this. I didn't mean to place that. Now we should be able to set up a filter down here and put this in it and make sure this is set to whitelist. Just so we don't pull out sawdust and things that might be able to go in here. I don't know if anything like that can go in this machine, but just in case it can, we want that to be gone. So let's set this to auto input enabled. Turn this on. See if it'll auto input on this side. It may not. I don't think the face lets you. You can't really do anything with the face of the machine. So we're going to have to turn the machine sideways. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this now, because now this is on the back of the machine. So we want the sap going through the back. And then on the left side, we want it to input the items, right? Yes, and there we go. And it's starting to work. So as you can see, now we're getting rich phyto grow. And what this is going to do, this is going to boost our output and our yield in this machine. Perfect. So we got it going. I don't know if we can have multiple items transferring through a pipe at once. So unfortunately with this machine, I may have to route pipes down below and around to this machine to kind of make it all fit, because this is kind of a ugly looking setup, but it will get better, and it is working. So that's really what matters, is the fact that this is working. I could honestly just move this, but then I got to worry about water. You know, the things you got to think about. So let's go ahead and, I guess moving this isn't going to be that bad, because we can hook the hardened ducts up. We don't really need hardened for this, but I'm going to use them. That saw is pretty annoying, I must say. And we can actually set this machine right here right now and have that hooked in, and then pop the servo on there, and there we go. Now we're getting water into this thing. Perfect. Now the only other thing we need to set up... I almost want to turn this machine to this side. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So that it's facing this direction. There we go. Alright, that's going to make things a little bit different, but all we got to do is reconfigure everything. So let's change this. We need the back here. The back needs to be the input, so blue. And then this side also needs to be blue. It needs to accept sap. So there we go. So that's back in order. And then what we can do here is have this machine, have it output on this side, have it output the rich phyto grow to this machine, which is facing this direction, and have this one cleared out. Let's just make sure we have our water set up in the back. And set this one to input as well, right? And auto input turned on. And there we go. We have it set up. Now all we got to do is put some plants in there. And we're good to go. This guy's producing. All we got to do is get rich slag. All we got to do is make sure we have some slag and some things like that. And as long as we have slag, we can be able to reproduce things like sugarcane, because sugarcane is something we really need, because getting paper and making books is kind of a pain. Paper, not so much, but making leather and other things like that is kind of a pain. Do we have any sugarcane? Not on us, but we do have some plants over here. I run over here and not get killed by anything like those guys waiting for me. There we go. What is this? Potatoes. So really we can just put anything we want in this machine that we need. So if we need anything desperately, like right away, and we need to make more of them, this is going to be the machine for that. So this is going to be perfect. So all I got to do throw the sugarcane right here. It's going to start working. And as you can see, it's only using 20 RF per tick, which is kind of nice. And we now have 6 sugarcane off of 1 sugarcane. How cool is that? It does use the water. It doesn't look like the water is regenning. Set this to purple, right? Did that work last time? Oh no, it's going in the top. I have this. I need to clear this one. There we go. Put that to blue. There we go. And look, we got 18 sugarcane from 3 sugarcane. And I don't even think we didn't even use a single rich phyto grow. I think the rich phyto grow has a deal right here. And whenever this goes all the way down, it uses an entire one. So that's kind of cool, actually. Wow, and what we can do is set a chest beside it. And we have pretty much an unlimited farm right there. We can do whatever we want with it. We have a farm, guys. We have a farm. I know, it's super exciting, right? But it doesn't really take much to get this guy going. Just a few machines and a little bit of water, and we have the ability to do this. And I just use it off my existing system over there. Sweet. So what was I going to get? I was going to get a crate, I think. Or a chest. I think a crate would work. Storage crate. There's a lot of crafting, by the way, in making these. So we need 4 chests for each crate. And it's so time consuming to make each one of these crates. And there's 4 chests. And there's 1 crate. So, bam. We have a crate. And that's going to store some things for us. Like if we want to make more sugarcane, we can. And I can even route it so that way we constantly have some kind of plant back in here. So what I could do is route it through the back into this system. And have it set a whitelist for whatever I want to go back in there. So, do I have any more item ducts? I don't. I don't really have any more item ducts, but I was going to show it if that was the case. But I don't have any more. Wow, that's quite awesome. So, like I said, put this back in here. We'll set this to the output. Be mix of both. There we go, orange. That way we have both of them outputting. Just in case this outputs something different. We can look through here. I don't think anything else gets output. No. And this stuff's even better, but this requires an energetic infuser, which we have one, but yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. This is working just fine. Okay, so it does look like it has been using, it did use a couple more. Okay, for each process it did use them. Okay. That's okay, it's giving us tons. Like, we're getting a bunch out of this for this machine. But yeah, that's what it's doing. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please remember to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and as always, thanks for watching.